Hey everyone, it's the Eclectic Handyman here today looking at this snap-on made in the USA 5-piece needle nose plier set and why it didn't go with Craftsman made in the USA needle nose pliers instead. Let's check them out. Alright, so I've needed a set of extra long needle nose pliers for a long time. These are way overdue. I'm surprised I never did originally pick up some of these from Craftsman when I was assembling my original tool set, because when you're working on a car or something and you need a long reach, maybe a piece dropped, you're not picking up with a magnet or you're getting something in place, these come in extremely handy. And so I've been looking at the Craftsman versions for 2 or 3 years now, and unfortunately, they are ridiculously expensive. Let's get a little bit of a backstory on why I'm not going with my typical Craftsman made in the USA versions, and I went with snap-on, which are also, again, made in the USA, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. If you're new to the channel and watching why you're wondering why I'm talking about Craftsman when I've got snap-on right here, it's because I buy a lot of new older stock or missing Craftsman tools that I wanted to from the original USA made versions, and in this instance I was not able to do so reasonably with my Craftsman tools as customary. So let's take a look at a couple of catalogs here just so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, the first up, we have a 2005-2006 Craftsman catalog. As you can see right here, we have the long reach pliers set, and this is from the Craftsman Professional 3-piece set. Now, if we take a look in there, that 3-piece set was $69.99, and that's pretty reasonable for 3 pliers, considering they were part of the professional line. That would have been a good deal to have back then. These in particular of this set, which is also the set that I use most commonly, these are the regular size right here. Get some wire cutters and the regular needle nose. I've always liked this Craftsman Professional set. These are the USA versions, but again, I don't have the long reach. Unfortunately, the long reach ones of this style are the most expensive, and when I talk about that, I mean like eBay. I've seen these come up as a set before for like $300 or $400, absolutely astronomical. There's no way I'm paying over $100 for each one. And if they're listed individually, it's the same deal, $125, $150. That is completely collector's territory, and I'm not getting into that because I want to use it. I don't mind, as I've said before, paying 2, maybe 3x for, you know, a set. This was already at 70, so maybe I would have pushed, you know, up to 200 if all 3, but you just can't find them like that. Another version that more commonly you find on eBay from this 2004-2005 catalog right down here at the bottom was the black and gold style Craftsman Professional long reach plier set, the duck bill, the bent nose, and the long nose, all 11-inch long. These ones you will see much more often on eBay, but a lot of the times they're rusting, they're pitted, you can't even see the USA marking on them, they're used, and if they come up with a decent version, you're in the same boat again. They're going for hundreds of dollars or well over $100, and I'm just not going to pay that for those. So I would have gladly taken the red professional set or this black and gold, which is a little bit older professional set. And then there was one other Craftsman style long reach needle nose, and this right here is the 97-98 catalog. So if I open up this inside page right here, this is a They still call them the Pro Pliers, but it's the 2-piece 11-inch long reach needle nose plier set. Now these ones, I believe that every time I've seen them, they're made in France. They were not made in the USA, and they do go for a little bit less. I had seen one of the 2 of these in slightly used condition go for about, I don't know, I think it was about $50. Now the original set for both was $35.98. And these functionally would have been just as nice. So if I could have found a nice set of those, I don't care, it's fine. It would have been made in France. But again, I saw this set once, and I think they still wanted like $200. So this has just been beyond reach. I haven't been able to reasonably get the Craftsman version of these long reach needle nose pliers. Enter snap-on. Because listen, if it gets to the point where it's so ridiculously expensive to get the Craftsman made in the USA, I have zero issue with snap-on. In fact, you know, if I was a professional mechanic, I'd probably have a lot of snap-on in my toolbox. And I get it. There's a big movement for Icon and Harbor Freight and the warranty. And I am not getting into that debate. There's plenty of videos on that. But I still believe in the craftsmanship and the brand and a lot of the USA hand tools that Snap-on makes. I know not all of them are. Some are made in Europe and I think Taiwan and other places. But in this instance, this set is made in the USA. I got this for $175. So for the 5 of them, you're talking about, you know, I don't know with the tax and stuff, but you're looking at, you know, $35-ish, I think, for per plier, 4 made in the USA. That's fantastic. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at what we've got here. And again, even $175 is quite a bit. You know, you could probably, again, speaking of which, get Icon or an import version, but with my tools, you know, they last so long because it's just a weekend warrior. These, and I take care of my tools. We don't really, you know, get into any situation where I'm breaking anything too often. With the type of mechanical work that I'm doing on cars and such, that I need an extensive warranty or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and open up. Now, these are what are called the Talon grip. And so I can tell already right away that they have, you know, a kind of the rubberized grip right here, so it doesn't slide in your hand. So you can see I got the red versions. They had like green and some others right here. And I can see, which is interesting because this is a sealed package, I guess just from handling and bumping around, maybe up against the other metal, just a little bit of black. I don't really care right here. It's more about functionality, but you can see right here, fantastic. And it says USA right on it with the Snap-on logo. And so this was technically, I believe, they said you buy 4 needle nose pliers and you get the needle nose plier here. I mean, they say free, but it, you know, whatever. It's not. It's, well, actually, I think it's this one right here. Pardon me. So this is the little bit of smaller one right here. So not bad. A little clunky to open and close. Maybe, I don't know how long they've been sitting. Maybe a little spray of some oil right there, but definitely, you know, it can open and close. It's pretty good. So I want to also check out the length on some of these after I get all these out. So we've got kind of 2 regular, small size. This is kind of, to me, like a traditional needle nose plier size. In fact, if I compare that to my Craftsman, they're pretty much on par. But I'll tell you, you can never have enough pair of needle nose. Some people have many multiple pairs. I'm constantly, you know, 1 pair's in the house, 1 pair's in the garage. And so it's nice being able to have an extra one here. Now, here's the ones I was really after. So what we've got here, this is the, you know, you can see the bent nose right here. Excellent. Just very nice, you know, really solid construction. Good grip right here on this. I think it's pretty nice. And you can see on the back there where the Snap-on, and they have the part number as well. Like if you were to look at one of these 411 CFZ on that, and then they all have the USA marking. We've got kind of a extended reach. So this is longer. Again, I'll check the length here in a second. It's got a longer front on it on the needle nose head right here. And so if you've got something that you've got to get into, so that's another good size. I like that a lot. And then finally, maybe the one I might use the most, again, with the, along with the bent, is this one right here. And this one is part number, I think they all, did they all say the same? No, this one is 911 ACF and this one is 411 CF, and they both have the Z on the end. I'm not as familiar with the Snap-on part numbers. I did not get this off a tool truck. I got these off of eBay. Here's another solid construction. And you can see where they've oiled these. There's a little bit in the box. Maybe again from some of that darkness on that one. Let's check out the length on these just to see. So for this one, yeah, we're looking at 11 inches right there. So you can see 11 inches on the long reach, and also should be the same, yep, for the bent nose right there. So these would be the same as the Craftsman. As far as the other ones that we've got in the set right here, let's see, we've got, this one's probably 9. Yep, that's a 9 inches, 8 inches, and then we've got the short one that I believe was what they consider the freebie, a 6-inch needle nose. Fantastic set. I'll be looking to put these in the toolbox. Again, you know, you're trying to get a clip off or pull something in the engine. You don't have any clearance and you need that extra reach. You can get down with these. Highly functional. I'm super surprised, you know, in the 2000s, early 2000s, when I had a Mustang and I was working on it, that I never ran over to Sears and never had to buy one of these from Craftsman. So that was one that just I didn't pick up, and now it's just unreasonable to buy those. But I've got this nice quality USA made snap-on set, and that's kind of my logic too. If it ends up being too expensive to get the Craftsman version, then, you know, I might just default to the snap-on versions. The one thing I will say that I actually do like a little bit better about the Craftsman versions, I like that little lip right there. That's always been very comfortable. So, and these move quite freely, although I think with, again, a little bit of oil, those will free up. But this is a nice set. Again, I would have really liked them, but they're rare, hard to find, and really, really expensive. It's difficult to justify spending $200, $300, $400 on something like this that you're going to use, but you're not going to use it every day. That's, again, true collector territory. I think anybody in the market of those would be somebody that just is trying to create somewhat of a Craftsman museum. So happy with this purchase. I like the red to go along with the snap-on. Excited to get these in the toolbox and begin to get to use them. Let me know what you think. If you've got the Craftsman Made in the USA versions, or when did you get them, or if you've had any experience with some of the snap-on hand tools, I'd like to hear all about it. Put a comment again below the video. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, this is the Eclectic Handyman. We'll see you later.